kind comments. I'll come back and say a few things in a moment about you, but listening to that list of presidents, you were pretty tough on the presidents during your couple of years. Just teasing you. I thank you, Chair Day, and I do want to begin my report with a bit of more than welcome good news. Today, Cal State Monterey Bay announced that it has received a commitment for the largest philanthropic gift in the campus's 25-year history. Donor Robert Darwin's remarkable generosity will fund annual scholarships to Monterey Bay students from low-income and impoverished families. He has asked that the dollar amount of this transformative gift not be shared publicly at this time. A businessman, former actor and screenwriter, and a 50-year resident of the Monterey Peninsula, Robert was inspired by his longtime employee, Polly De Leon, an undocumented worker from Mexico who dreamed of becoming a U.S. citizen, raising a family and sending her children to college. She ultimately achieved those goals. In fact, her oldest daughter, Blanca, is now an attorney specializing in immigration law. Says Robert, quote, "If my money can help one more kid earn the same kind of success in life that Polly achieved for her children, that will be my reward." In essence, Polly's determination was my inspiration. So congratulations to President Ochoa for developing this relationship. And on behalf of the entire CSU, thank you, Robert, and thank you, Polly. Earlier today, I discussed the unique planning moment we find ourselves in as we analyze possible scenarios for the upcoming academic year in the midst of multiple uncertainties. Primarily virtual learning with limited exceptions for in-person classes, classroom experiences, laboratories, and for research with our undergraduate, graduate students and faculty. Those sorts of things that cannot be held virtually and that are indispensable to our academic mission, and it can be conducted pursuant to the strictest standards of health and safety. In the course of these planning discussions, I have been asked by more than one colleague, what does this all mean for our signature Graduation Initiative 2025 goals? I wish to take this opportunity to answer that question. Graduation Initiative 2025 remains our foremost academic priority and our guiding beacon. There is no denying we face significant headwinds. This is a public health crisis, as we know, of historic proportions. We are and will continue to be tested as we've never been tested before. But any additional challenge we may face is eclipsed by the ever-increasing imperative that we succeed. Graduating more students more quickly with a high-quality degree is essential. It's essential to our students for whom a college degree has never been more important. It's essential to our role as a vital building block for California's post-COVID-19 economy, society, and environment. And we know that the public health emergencies, especially those of this magnitude, can have disparate negative impacts on under-resourced populations, exacerbating institutional and societal inequities. We are therefore compelled to redouble our efforts to find curricular and co-curricular solutions to reduce equity gaps in all their dimensions. Through the next several months, we will continue to carefully analyze the data, determine what, if any, impact our transition to virtual learning and virtual student support and academic support services has had on learning and persistence outcomes, and we will make any necessary adjustments. While we have postponed this fall's GI 2025 symposium until April 22nd and 23rd of the next calendar year, we will be convening virtually this fall once the 2019-20 graduation rate and persistence data have been finalized. I encourage all of you to join us at that time, and we'll share details about the event as they become available. In closing, I wish to acknowledge that this is the last board meeting for a number of valued Cal State leaders who have served this university well, including student trustee Juan Garcia and Vice Chancellor and Chief Audit Officer Larry Mandel, who has the audacity to leave us after just 52 years of service on the job. Juan and Larry, well, I thank you for your service, and I echo Chair Day in congratulating Juan on his graduation from Cal Poly Pomona. We would like to bring you back for one more meeting in July. Hopefully at that time, we will be able to properly and safely thank you in person for your service to the university back in the Dumke. I also seek to acknowledge Michael Wiafi, who will be delivering his last report as president of the Cal State Student Association. I shared with Michael that I have come to consider him as something of a kindred spirit. Although separated in time by more than a few decades, our stories parallel one another's closely. The facts may be different, but the stories are the same. Michael has served the CSSA with distinction, utterly committed to the CSU student learning experience. He's also a man to speak his mind, but always with the mission, values, and goals of the university at heart. I wish you all the best in your graduate studies at Berkeley, Michael, and in a few years as Governor Wiafi. I hope that you will look back fondly upon your time at the CSU when you propose your first budget. It is also Professor Nelson's final meeting as chair of the CSU's Academic Senate, after serving 2 terms in that role. I have valued her input both on matters of agreement and on issues on which we've held differing opinions. I appreciate your leadership and your candor, and I thank you, as well as the Senate and the CSU faculty writ large, for your creativity, ingenuity, adaptability, and willingness to swiftly pivot to virtual learning so that we could maintain our students' academic continuity and progress to degree, despite these unprecedented challenges that the COVID-19 pandemic has placed before us. And finally, Chair Day. Adam, it's difficult to know where to begin. From the first days of your tenure, you have made yourself available to connect with me frequently and often on short notice, despite having an extremely demanding full-time job. Your adroit and graceful management of these 2 challenging roles has been simply remarkable. Our communication has always been marked by 100% candor through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I think it has served us, and more importantly, served the California State University well. Adam has been a consistent and principled leader of this board. As chair, he's helped us navigate controversy and many difficult decisions. And not all decisions were universally popular, but they were always carefully managed and thoughtfully considered. While Adam may be proud of his stunning and lightning-fast transformation from social media neophyte to Twitter wizard, we will remember him most for his steadfast dedication to student well-being, particularly mental health. Last year's convening, a product of Adam's vision, as you know, brought together campus-based mental health providers with behavioral health professions from across the state, and partnerships were formed that will benefit Cal State students for many years to come. His has been a total commitment to the CSU mission, coupled with a keen awareness of the lived realities of our students, and it has produced a legacy to which any chair would aspire. Thank you, Adam. And to Lily Kimbell, I will give you a more proper welcome in your first meeting as chair, but I want you to know I look forward to working with such a capable leader as we continue to navigate this momentous period in time. So tie your shoes tightly, because it promises to be quite a ride. Chair Day, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chancellor White, and thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that.